Bulginaka, do you know that cybercrime is becoming a growing problem in Fiji?
Cybercrime is defined as a crime in which a computer is the object of the crime, such as hacking and spamming.
Cybercrime is also cyberbullying and using fake profiles to cause panic and spreading false news.
If you're involved in this or know anyone who's committing these crimes, report them immediately.
I'm Polly.
And I'm Peter.
We host the Traffic Jam Show on City FM.
From 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. every weekday.
Do the right thing.
Yana Vanaka and good morning, Fiji. In this bulletin, landowners told to spring into action. COVID-19 measures help counter NCDs. And all the latest on the US election.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
Prime Minister and Chairman of Untitled Land Trust Board, Vorenge Bainimarama, has jolted the landowners, calling them to action in a bid to grow the Fijian economy. While officiating at the TLTB Seed Fund grant for 53 landowners, the Prime Minister said the Fijian economy has not been spared by the impacts of COVID-19, and such assistance is expected to get the economy back on track. Over $458,000 was distributed to landowners to manage a business through the use of their land, with the warning that it was not a handout but a startup. The Prime Minister says unless the land is put into productive use, it will only remain an asset without any value.
We have to create economic activity, create jobs, create development, and create prosperity for ourselves. That's what the seed funding grant is designed to do. It is not a handout. It is an investment to empower our land-owning communities to tap their assets and entrepreneurial spirit to make themselves financially powerful.
Some of the preventative measures put in place to battle COVID-19 is essential to counter non-communicable diseases. Counter-Stroke Fiji trustee Dr. Isimeli Tukana says COVID-19 has taught Fijians many things, which includes a timely visit to the clinics and cough etiquette. Dr. Tukana says stroke does not discriminate by age, and the increase in cases is a worry. He adds more work needs to be done in both the public and private sectors about stroke prevention.
Our fight against NCD starts at home, in the family. We were locked down at home for 40 weeks. So the message, number one, in the absence of kiwa, stay at home.
While the road back for tourism is long and winding, apart from hotels and resorts, several workers are banking on the Love Our Local campaign. The Love Our Locals campaign was launched in June by the Tourism Ministry to help the industry and ease the impacts of COVID-19. Crusoe's retreat manager, Amina Khan, says they've had more than 300 guests since the launch of Love Our Locals campaign 4 months ago.
Yes, it has boosted our income, the launch of Love Our Locals. But else we are doing telemarketing and we are visiting corporate in person, and we get a lot of corporates where they come and spend team bonding retreats, reunion, conference and weddings.
Scars may heal, blood counts may normalize and years may pass, but cancer survivors can never again take life for granted. Sharing their cancer recovery journey during the Value City annual Pinktober event in Suva yesterday, Olive Zoing and Vili Rokovanda expressed the need for good support system for those diagnosed with cancer. Diagnosed with cancer in 2017, Olive Zoing says there's a need for more awareness as it is not only hereditary but also environmental.
Thank you.
I thank God then that my granddaughter was with me. She kept me sane. She kept me from depression. My family was very supportive. Cancer is not a death threat. It's a wake-up call. I chose life.
A new plant health laboratory was launched yesterday to support agriculture, the first of its kind in the Pacific. While launching the new lab, Pacific Community Deputy Director Audrey Armour says this will help farmers in the fight against invasive species. The lab managed by the Pacific Community will be classified at Containment Level 3, which will develop controls for emerging biosecurity threats, including pests and diseases.
New plant health laboratory in its role, which can really help us build longer-term solutions, longer-term sustainable solutions. This laboratory will have the capacity to support the wide range and diversity of the agricultural sector in the Pacific.
And in world news, with less than a week of voting left, President Donald Trump has pushed ahead with mass rallies, despite a U.S. surge in COVID-19 cases. This amongst mounting criticism that he is prioritizing his re-election above the health of his supporters. Up ahead, Super Prop thankful. And Cricket Challenge Cup finals confirmed.
Oira na ngone no ndai nuni ena be singa ni mataka.
Mersi sunga da kena loma dina kena be karon.
Sakena ngau na mitar lobina na baksa ngai ka pala loma taki na ngone. Dalabina oya o meliki.
Bulre oya o Samuel Samuli.
Nama ki rau ena be mataka.
Boniti kena magrombuka.
Ni wai tiri kalima na miniti me ono kina tiri na kaloko. Ena radio Fiji One na ndomo ibiti.
Indaw kina na mataka. Dan ramai na singabo.
20-year-old Meli Tuni hopes to make the final cut for the Ramsamy Suva as they head into preparation phase for the Skipper Cup semi-final. The Fijian Warriors players played 8 rounds for the capital side and hopes for more game time in the competition. Tuni says with the depth of players in the squad, he will have to work the extra yards to make the final squad.
Every player in the squad aims to represent Suva in the semis and finals. The hard work starts here during trainings, which will be reflected on game day. No one is favored in camp. It comes down to how hard you work and the effort you give during training.
With the aim of raising the profile of women's rugby in the north, the 10s competition will be held at Sobrel Park next Monday. The tournament comes at the right time after Motherwata won the Women's Vanoi Championship title last weekend. According to the Fiji Rugby Union Development Manager, Koli Sewambu, the interest in women's rugby has taken many by surprise, which is one of the reasons they are looking to the north with its 10s tournament.
When we're looking at the development of the women's game in Fiji, it's growing at a tremendous rate, and it's exciting to see the talents that's already been showcased with our skipper in our Vanua teams, and there'll be teams from Buata, Konrobe, Motherwata, and of course Tabuni as well, who've also just started their competition.
Onoilau has created an upset after beating more than the semi-final, the Cricket Fiji Association Challenge at Albert Park in Suva yesterday. More batted first with 271-10, while Onoilau outbattled them with 1 wicket, scoring 272-9. In the other semi-final, Suva Cricket beat Nandi. Nandi batted first for 154-10, while Suva scored 155-6. Suva coach Taniela Naulivo says injury is a concern heading into the finals tomorrow.
We have injuries in our team. We have 2 players. They didn't complete the innings because of mistake.
Quick look at the weather map for today. It is finally Friday, the 30th of October, and we've got a long weekend ahead of us. In case you've forgotten, Monday is Prophet Muhammad's birthday. But looking at the weather for today, expect cloudy periods with brief showers over the eastern parts and the interior of the larger islands. Elsewhere, fine apart from isolated afternoon or evening showers, moderate to fresh southeast winds, gusty at times, rough seas can be expected. And that is your FBC Morning News. Join us at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. Remember, in times of crisis, you need factual news that you can trust. Stop believing fake news about the COVID-19 on social media. Fight misinformation by getting only the facts about the coronavirus from verified news sources like FBC's TV, radio and digital media news. FBCnews.com.fj, keeping Fijians connected with the truth.
हमारे खूबसूरत देश फिजी में चाइल्ड अब्यूज की घटनाएं आए दिन बढ़ रही हैं।
क्यों बच्चों का मासूम बचपन अब्यूज का शिकार हो जाता है?
अपने बच्चों की सुरक्षा का खास ख्याल रखें।
उनसे बातचीत करें, उनके दोस्तों के बारे में जानें।
आज के बच्चे देश का भविष्य है। मैं दीप्ति
और मैं मोनिश,
आपके हमसफर। शामिल हो जाए हमारे साथ मंडे टू फ्राइडे
5:45 AM से 10 AM तक
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन पर।